What's going on, guys? Coming back with you with part 2 of what I think about automotive manufacturers, and I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I said I was gonna go A to Z, but now I'm gonna put the auto manufacturers in their respective groups, if you know what I'm saying. Like, today I'm gonna be talking about Pagani, Bugatti, and Koenigsegg, like 3 of the major boutique HyperCar manufacturers, and yeah, let's get into it. The first company I want to get into today is Pagani. So I was first really introduced with Pagani, I think it was like a earlier Top Gear episode when they had one of the earlier Zondas on there, and I think Richard Hammond was driving it because he's like the biggest Pagani fan on Top Gear. I wasn't too much of a fan of the early Zondas. I know that sounds absolutely horrible, but you know, once the the Zonda Revolution and the Tricolores and the Cinque started dropping, I really fell in love with the Zonda, and just absolutely incredible looking cars. I think my favorite one is Abdul's from Cupgang. His Cinque Roadsters, I think, is absolutely beautiful, and those blue accents that he put on it are just incredible. I know that it's a really small company, you know, they only have 2 running models, or 1, or maybe just the Huayra, and yeah, just the Huayra, and it's a small company, so you're gonna have, you know, issues with communication, mainly on like parts and getting your car fixed and everything, like Alejandro was trying to say, but you know, can't really talk about that. But because everybody else who owns Pagani hasn't really said any issues about Pagani, the company itself, except for Alejandro. So you know, it's really regarding lap times and everything. So I think it was the Zonda Revolution that set that insane Nürburgring time. So we know that's a defined, you know, super fast around the track car. But when you talk about the Huayra and everything, there's just some grayness and just issues popping up, because it absolutely destroyed everything when it was on the Top Gear episode, the Huayra, and then when Alejandro pitted against, the Holy Trinity and the Bugatti, it got dead last. And the thing is that I was thinking about is, well, all the cars that were on the Top Gear leaderboards, those were just basic cars, like just general Ferraris and Lamborghinis and everything, and the Pagani was at the top of the game on that particular list. But when you put it against the Hyper 5, the Holy Trinity, like the LaFerrari, the P1, the 918, it's not going to be as fast because it doesn't have the power and the technology, basically. That's my point. But everybody was thinking about the tires and all that, but in reality, the Huayra can't really compete with the P1, the 918, and the LaFerrari because it doesn't have the power. Or the downforce, which I think they're trying to get with the Huayra BC, is the appropriate downforce like the ACR, because the Viper ACR can compete with the 918 on the track. All that aside, like if I had $5 million and I were to purchase a Pagani Huayra, I would not think about, oh, it's not fast enough on the track to compete with the Bugatti, the Bugattis, the 918s, and P1's Lofts. I'm just looking at the aesthetics of the car. The carbon fiber weave is absolutely immaculate. Just everything about the car. It's an aesthetic-based car, not power-based and lap time-based. That's just my personal generalization of the Huayra. I'm not really sure about the Zondas. Other than the crazy Nürburg time, the Revolution set, because that kills everything. But I don't know. It's an aesthetic-based company. Talking about Koenigsegg. So I was first introduced with Koenigsegg, Top Gear episode, when they had the CCX on there, and the stick crashed it into the dirt, and then they sent it back. They said, oh, probably needs a ring. Koenigsegg threw a wing on the CCX, and it absolutely destroyed the Top Gear test track. It was an absolutely incredible car. When they sent it back and said, oh, it probably needs a wing, it just crushed everything. So all Koenigsegg's are incredible cars. They're super fast. They've been running 1,000 horsepower and stuff like that. Like the CCX, you had to throw like biofuel in it to get that max horsepower, along with, I think the Agera, you do that too. I'm not sure about the Regera. Very cool cars. The carbon fiber on it is incredible. The carbon fiber wheels on the Agera, just incredible. And I think this is where it comes in, like, Pagani is aesthetic based and not really focused on power, when Koenigsegg brings in that aesthetic also, but they can deliver the power, but not really on the track. Because as we've seen with the testing of the Agera, every time they try to take it on the track, they end up throwing it into a wall because it doesn't have enough grip and downforce. It's just very interesting because they have those massive active wings on the back with the 1-to-1 and the RS, the Agera RS. The wings on those are absolutely massive, so they should have the proper downforce to go around the bends. But every time we've seen them on the track, they wreck the cars because I think they have too much power. Like, the 1-to-1 ratio is incredible, but can it perform on the track? Can it go around corners? Agera, that's in the Hyper GT range, where the Nebula, the new BP23 that is going to be, I'm not sure about if you would ever want to take that on the track, because the interior and just everything about it has that crazy 1500 horsepower and insane top speed to compete with the Bugatti. But where does it fall in that price range? It's very interesting. These cars that are coming out, they're just crazy fast. Like, when do you say, oh, we need to scale down on the power and just focus on aesthetic? Like, I think Pagani is doing personally. Like, it's really not about the power. If you can go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, that's absolutely insane. Let's focus on the motion of the car and the aesthetics of everything, and not make them break down. Coming in with Bugatti, the final of the car manufacturers we're going to be talking about today. I think Bugatti is where, like, all the components of what a Hyper GT car come in. It has the insane power, it has the beautiful interior and aesthetics of the car. The carbon fiber on that is just incredible, and you can drive it around the track. Also, what that Koenigsegg and Pagani don't have is the massive corporation backing it to have the incredible customer support and everything that you need when buying a $5 million car. Pagani and Koenigsegg don't have the support that you need because these cars are fragile. They're not perfect, they're handmade. They're gonna have serious problems if you drive them a lot, which most people don't. But, you know, if you buy a Bugatti, you should be able to do that because you have the incredible support from Volkswagen backing Bugatti, and it makes it the Hyper GT car to buy. It looks incredible. The Chiron and the 2010 to 2014 Veyrons, those are absolutely incredible looking. I'm not a fan of the earlier Veyrons, but it's the perfect Hyper GT auto manufacturer because it has the major corporations backing it, and that's my choice. And it looks absolutely incredible. I mean, look at this thing. Who wouldn't want this? The Chiron is incredible. The swooping curve right there just hits me every time. So, what do you guys think about the 3 auto manufacturers I'm talking about today? Pagani, Koenigsegg, and Bugatti. Where do you think they fit? What do you think about Pagani and Koenigsegg? And how do you feel about Bugatti being what I think the top of the range in the Hyper GT market? Maybe McLaren's going to come into that. The Porsche brand, they have the 918, which is incredible. And Ferrari, we'll talk about those on another date. And yeah, if you found this video informative or liked it, drop a like. The likes really matter now, and the comments. Just large amounts of interaction with the videos really boost it up. So hit that up, and yeah, subscribe. We've lost a few subscribers. We're still not at 700. Let's get there today, maybe, possibly. That would be awesome. And yeah, I will catch you in the next video.